Hey, have you subscribed to the channel yet? And don't forget to like the video. That way you can stay up to date with all the incredible stories we'll be sharing here. Let's go on this journey of curiosities together. Let's go.
They say witches never existed, that they are nothing more than fairy tales or scapegoats for the ignorance and fear of a bygone era. But on the other hand, history has a habit of hiding the truth in the shadows. For centuries, across different continents, people spoke of women, almost always women, who whispered in the dark, who healed the sick with herbs, who foresaw death, and who, according to some, summoned storms. They were feared, hunted, and burned. What if they were warnings? And what if behind the hysteria there was a real pattern, a truth we chose not to hear? This is not a work of fiction. This is history. And when you see the pattern, you might begin to wonder, have the witches truly disappeared? A widow, a midwife, a healer. He never spoke of what he heard again. It is said that at the pyre, Agnes's body did not burn like the others. That the flames hesitated, as if they were afraid. It was the first politically motivated witch trial in Scotland, and it was far from the last. She fit perfectly the pattern that would repeat for centuries. A woman with knowledge, from different towns and social classes, shared eerily similar confessions. The courts dismissed it as imagination or the work of the devil. But some inquisitors began to wonder, what if there was a network, something ancient and real? Those inquisitors died shortly after under mysterious circumstances. The accused fit the same old pattern: outcasts, widows, healers. Tituba, an enslaved Caribbean woman, was among the first. History says she frightened the girls with tales of magic, but a forgotten account found in an old family diary says otherwise. It says she performed a ritual in the forest, very deep, far from any cemetery or town. Women who spoke words no one understood: religion, oppression, ignorance. Yes, those things were real. But what if something else was real too? Continents and centuries separated them, but the marks were the same. Circles in the forest. What if they could heal with herbs, read the wind, and the dead? What if century after century, society didn't burn them because they were false, but because they were true, because they were powerful, because they were free, because they remembered something the rest of us had forgotten? Symbols no one can read, dreams shared by many. Forensic analysis suggested the burial was not an act of hate, but of fear. A ritual to prevent her from returning. Not a fear of a woman, but a reverence for a power. Who was she? No name, no records. But look closer, and you will find the shadows that never left. Perhaps we didn't destroy witchcraft, or perhaps we just forced it underground, and maybe they are still there, watching, waiting, and remembering. Only silence, an iron to contain her, summoning. Some simply vanished. Crops died in perfect geometric shapes, and most terrifyingly, dreams. The same dream, shared by multiple people in the village. A woman at the edge of the forest, her eyes glowing, her mouth closed, yet speaking into their minds. Could it all have been mass hysteria? Or did Tituba awaken something they could not control? Coincidence? Or the silencing of those who got too close to the truth? They spoke of a great gathering in the forest, of an ancient book written in blood, of a mysterious woman dressed in white who taught them words of power they did not understand. An isolated Puritan village, ruled by fear, religion, and social control. It all began when two young girls started having fits, screaming and speaking in tongues. The local doctor, finding no natural cause, gave the only acceptable answer: witchcraft, with independence and without the protection of man. Under unspeakable torture, Agnes confessed to having caused the storm in a ritual with other women. Oh. But what if the stories were more than mere superstition? In a forest near Venice, in 2011, archaeologists discovered a tomb. Inside, the skeleton of a 16th century woman. Her jaw was pierced with 17 iron nails. Her ribs were broken, her spine unnaturally twisted. Near her were burnt animal bones, black feathers, and a small clay figure with human hair inside. It all began, as many things do, with a storm. In the infamous Bamberg and Würzburg trials, over 900 people were executed. Many were women, but also children, and even high-ranking priests. In 1590, King James VI of Scotland set sail from Denmark with his new queen. And, as the royal ship crossed the North Sea, a violent storm struck, so powerful and sudden that it nearly killed them. When the king survived, he declared that the storm was no act of nature. His advisors and whispers pointed to one cause: witchcraft. Shortly after, Agnes Sampson was arrested. She was executed. But not before whispering something in the king's era secret no one else heard. James Vi's face turned pale with sheer terror. In the following years, the witch hunt spread like wildfire, and entire cities fell into hysteria. But here's the detail that history books often omit: dozens of the accused. How could people from different regions, ages, and dialects tell the same detailed story? In 1692, the hysteria crossed the ocean to Salem, Massachusetts. After that night, strange things began to happen. In Salem, animals were found mutilated. Let's fast forward to the present. She had been buried alone. From Scotland to Salem, from Germany to Italy, the patterns repeat. Women who knew too much. Women who didn't age. It's tempting to say it was all hysteria. What if witches existed not as the caricatures we imagine, but as women with real knowledge? Today we laugh at witches. We wear them for Halloween. We watch them on TV. We teach our children that magic isn't real.